Hey guys, it's Kristen. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this patriotic wreath that you can hang up for Memorial Day, Labor Day, or even Independence Day. For this project, you will need white, blue, and red yarn, some duct tape, a pool noodle, some plastic stars, white paint and a paintbrush, some sandpaper, a glue gun, and some scissors. You'll start by shaping the pool noodle into a circle. Now I'm using a pool noodle just because we had it on hand, but if you're able to go to like Michael's or Joann's or something and get an actual like wreath foam, it's probably gonna be a little bit better because it's gonna be perfectly circular and you won't have to fight with it to like tape it together and things like that. But I like doing these videos with just things that you have around your house, just so it's a little bit more cost effective. So if you have a pool noodle left over from the summertime, this is perfect. Use some of the duct tape to tape together the two ends of the pool noodle, and I highly recommend that you use a few pieces and wrap it around multiple times so that it's very secure. Then you can press down the sides where it's starting to crease just to shape it a little bit. Next, you'll gather a bunch of red yarn, and I ended up wrapping this around my hand about 35 times, which ended up being the perfect amount. You can then attach it with some duct tape. Now you'll begin wrapping the red yarn around the pool noodle. Just make sure you're pulling it fairly tight, and you want to keep the yarn really close to each other. If you do separate it out a little bit, you can just push it together with your fingers. I have found that the easiest and fastest technique is to put the pool noodle in between your legs and then just wrap the yarn under and over. Once you're done with that section, you'll use the glue gun to glue down the last piece of the yarn. Make sure you pull it fairly snug and then hold it in place for a few seconds. Next, add a little bit more glue and glue down the beginning of the white yarn. You'll also hold this down for a few seconds and then just continue the process by going under and over, and keep wrapping the white yarn until you have the same width as the red. Now, when you're gluing this stuff down, you always want to make sure that you're gluing everything on the same side. And this is going to be the back side where it's not as pretty and you'll have all your end pieces. For the majority of this project, you're just going to be rotating from red to white, and you're going to want to do the entire pool noodle until you have about 2/3 of it complete. Then you're going to start wrapping the blue yarn around to fill in that last section. Just remember to make sure you keep it tight and you keep all of the yarn side by side so none of it's overlapping. Once you're finished with the blue yarn, you just glue that down with the glue gun. Now use the palm of your hands to squish down the pool noodle anywhere it looks like it's creasing, just to make sure that it stays nice and round. Now use some of your sandpaper to sand the top of your plastic stars. Now in this part of the video, I am using paint and sandpaper just to sand some of the plastic so that the paint will stick to it. If you have white spray paint, it's probably going to be a lot faster and easier to use that. You will most likely need to apply 2 coats and make sure you get the sides of the stars as well. Next, you kind of want to do a dry run. Just place the stars on top of the blue section just to see where you're going to put them before you actually glue them down. When you're about to glue the stars on, make sure you have them exactly where you want them, because once the glue is on there, it is not coming off. And if you try to peel it off, you're probably going to rip all the yarn. Once you have the stars where you want them, just apply a little bit of hot glue to the center of the star and place it on your wreath. You can do a ton of stars or just make them sporadic, whatever you feel like doing. Now I'm going to take one strand of the red, white, and blue yarn, and I'm going to knot that and begin braiding it. You want to keep braiding it until you have roughly a foot of braid. Then you're going to loop that underneath the wreath and make a knot where the two ends meet. This is how you're going to hang your wreath on your door, so make sure that this loop is at the center and the top of your wreath. I also recommend putting a little bit of glue at the back of the wreath and place the knot on top of that so it doesn't move around. And that's it, you're done. So now you can hang your wreath up on your door, and this is great for Independence Day, Memorial Day, or even Labor Day. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I really hope you liked it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. And if you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to subscribe.